welcome to my channel, Kel Stitches. I'm Kelly and this is a channel all about cross stitching and the other hobbies that go with it, such as collecting patterns and fabric and floss and all that sort of stuff. So today is Thursday the 20th of November 2025 and this is Flosstube number 81. How the heck are we at the end of November already? It is crazy. This year has just sort of disappeared. Before you know it, we will be heading into Christmas and then into the new year, so that's a bit of a scary proposition. But anyway, I'd just like to say a welcome to any new subscribers, or viewers. I hope you enjoy what I have to show you, and welcome back to any of my existing viewers. It's very much appreciated that you stop in and watch me every time I put up a video. Alrighty guys, let's just get straight into the stitching that I have done this fortnight. Now the first one that I am going to show you, if I can find the cover photo. Give me a second. I know I had it here, I just don't have it. There it is. Is this one? It is Beetlejuice. It's from a store on Etsy. I can't remember the name of the store, but that's what it'll look like when it's completed. I'll put up a picture of where it was last time. And here we are. It is a fully finished, well, not fully finished, it is fully stitched. So I stitched on this for 3 days and I got 1,755 stitches into it to finish it off. And yeah, so it is all done. I was waiting for someone to finish an appointment, and I just grabbed this one and took it with me, and I only had, by the time I got home, I only had a couple of hundred stitches left, and I was like, bugger it, I am going to finish it and get it done. So there we go, another finish, and I will leave it out to charge up because all the white stitches that you see are done in the DMC glow in the dark. So I'll leave it out to charge up and I will take a photo of it and put in the next video so we can see it all glowing up. So that is that one, and it was stitched on, pretty sure it was 18 count Ada that I dyed myself. Right. Oops, I've lost along. That one can go in there with all the other finishes. Rightio. The next one I'm going to show you is this one, a Long Gone Samplers, a Legal High. This is what it'll look like when it is completed. Well, this is what it should look like when it's completed, but I am going to make a couple of adjustments to it. I'm going to take out, you're meant to have the year date up here. I'm going to take them out. I've decided that I'm going to take these birds. Yep, I'm not going to stitch these birds here, and this part up here I'm going to stitch down here, so it's a little bit more symmetrical. I am going to leave the initials there and put my own initials in, possibly. Yeah, I'm going to leave the initials there, and I am going to also do these bunnies here, or hares here. So that the bottom sort of matches the top. But yeah, that is what it's going to look like. And don't mind my up close and personal view in the camera. I'll put a picture of where it was, and this is where I'm up to with it. So this is being stitched on 18 count Ada that I coffee tea dyed myself, and it is using Silks for You floss in 3 different colours. So we've got PR151, which is the main chocolate sort of colour, PR192, which is more of the goldy or bronze, I suppose, depends on how you look at it, and a PR149. So those are my 3 colours that I am using. Just that. But I had a bit of an issue. I stitched and frogged and stitched and frogged and stitched and refrogged about 3 or 4 times. Just this section here, yep, that part there, because I stitched it and it didn't work out to evenly, so I frogged it, counted all these stitches here, yep, they're all correct, stitched it again, still didn't turn out correctly. So I frogged it once again until the very last time I realized that I'd made a little mistake in here somewhere, which was putting the whole count off. So I had to frog that section and re-stitch it. So I didn't count all those stitched and frogged sections and re-stitched sections, because that was annoying the crap out of me, and I didn't bother counting them as actual stitches. But I did work on this for 2 days and I got 800 stitches in it. I probably actually got around 1200 stitches, or done 1200 stitches with the amount of times I re-stitched it. But yeah, that is looking really good. I'm really enjoying this one. I'm loving the colours that I chose. And yeah, hopefully it'll all start to come together nicely. So what I'll do is, once I'm finished this section, I'll just move across and try to get right to the edge. Whoops. Get to the edge of it, and yeah, and then I can move down. Long dogs are one of those things that you can't really fudge it. If you've miscounted somewhere, you have to find it. You have to find the mistake you've made and fix it, because it will put everything off so much, and it's not worth my time to do it. So yeah, I always, especially with the long dogs, I always try to make if I make a mistake, I always try to go and find it. Alright, next one that I'm going to show you is this one. It is called Protector. Our artwork is by Katie Lipscomb, and it is charted by Pain Free Crafts. This is what it should look like when it's completed. And this is where I'm up to with it. So just filling in this section here. Now this is being stitched on 16 count Ada that I dyed in this apple green colour. And the reason I've done it is because I'm taking out all of that white background, so it's just going to be the wolves and all the colours that are in there. So yeah, I think I'm at 82% with this now, and I stitched on this for 3 days and I got 1,100 stitches into it. This is going to be my focus on a finish project, well, focus on a full coverage finish project for next year, because I'm at 80 odd percent. So hopefully I can get it done, which means that this will be shown in every 2-week rotation, regardless of what else. This one will always be shown, and I will always try to get 2 days worth of stitching into it so we can so I can get it done, and then I can pick another one of my full coverages that are sort of probably over the 50% mark to try to focus on it. Right, next one I will show you is this one. Artwork is by Laurie Prindle. It is charted by Heaven Earth Designs, and it is called Mini Shaman. This is what it will look like when it's completed. This is currently where I'm up to. So I have hit I'm pretty sure it's the 52-53% mark on this one. So I am still working in this section here, filling all this in. I think there's only two colours left in there to do. I was hoping to get more stitched on it this time than what I did, but unfortunately that did not occur. But I did get 600 stitches into it over 2 days. So, but yeah, it is. It's looking pretty good. I don't mind it for a mini. Like, yeah, it looks pretty good. And it's just being stitched on a 16 count Ada. Using, most of my projects are using CXC floss, unless they were a kit, and then most of them are DMCs. Alright, so the next one that I'm going to show you is this one, Wolf Duo. I am working on this one in here. The artwork is by Doreen Jones, and this is out of a magazine. I don't know which one it is. World of Cross Stitching, but I don't know what actual edition it was from, because I was sent these patterns from Judy, an Aussie and a Kiwi go travelling. She was kind enough to send me these patterns, so yeah. But yeah, I was working on this one. And I did actually get it completed, so that is a finish on that one. I will leave it up to Jem on whether she stitches for it as a finish or stitches for it as a milestone, because the project that I planned isn't actually finished. It's just this section that's finished, because I am doing the other one under here. So it is actually, so the project's not finished, but that pattern is. And yeah, you can see all of that back stitch that I had to do, which actually wasn't too bad, surprisingly. I was whinging about it for a while, and the partner was like, well, why the bloody hell are you even doing it? And I was like, because I will show you the difference once I get it done on how it looks like and how much of a difference it actually makes. And so I did. I showed him a picture, a photo that I'd taken of it without the back stitching, and then a photo and then the actual piece with the back stitching, and he was like, oh yeah, I see it now. So yeah, that's really cute. And then I was saying that I wanted to do, because I had this this booklet here. There we go. This booklet here with all of these Native American designs, and I was saying that I wanted to use one of them to stitch in between the two, just as a bit of a spacer. So I chose, after a bit of humming and hawing, I chose this one here. And all I'm doing is I actually just took a photo of the pattern, and I managed to get it into markup well enough that I can just mark it off. It doesn't tell me the colours or anything that's needed, which is fine. But I did manage to get the photo into markup RXP, and it's good enough to just mark off my stitches, so I know how many I've done and where I'm going. But yeah, so I chose that one there. It was a bit of a hard decision. I didn't know which one to sort of, I thought this one, but then I was like, sort of, yeah, I just wanted something simple, so yeah. But so I started on this one. I will be doing another one here, so there's two of them. And all I'm doing is, when I look at the symbol and the colour, all I'm doing is trying to find a colour from this colour, from this legend, that's close enough to the colour that was meant to be used. So that way it sort of ties them in with the two patterns as well. So I worked on this for 2 days and I got 900 stitches into it. That is not including all of that back stitch that I had to do. There is probably another 200 or 300 stitches worth of just back stitching there, but I don't count my back stitching. That's just an extra. So yeah, this one here, these actually have quite a bit of stitching in them, and it's a bit bigger than what I thought they were going to be, but that's okay. So it's technically not a new start, but it technically is a new start. So again, I will leave that up to Jen on how she wants to do those stitches for her Flosstube frenzy. Yeah, as I said, technically it's a new start because it's a different pattern, but it's technically not because it's the same project. So yeah. And it is just being stitched on, I'm pretty sure it's a 16 count Ada of that, just a bit of scrap Ada possibly. But yeah, so just 16 count. But I'm really enjoying these now that I can get a couple more days into it. So I, oops, put my clamp from my Q-snap back in there because I will be looking for that when I go to work on it next time. So yeah, I am enjoying that. And the next one, which is this one here, Harmony. It's got a lot of a lot of block, like the moon here and all that sort of stuff, so it might not take me as long to stitch. Alright, the last one I'm going to show you is this one. Artwork is once again by Laurie Prindle, charted by Pain Free Crafts, and it is called a Tiger Lily. This was one of my Pain Free Crafts Crystal Club kits, so it is all done in, all stitched in DMC. And put a picture of where it was, and this is currently where I'm up to with it. So I worked on this for 2 days and I only got 600 stitches into it, but that's better than nothing. And yeah, so I'm just choosing the next colour up here in the square and just going for it. And it's stitched on 18 count 8 so that eye is just like, those eyes are just amazing. So yeah, and that is all the stitching that I have done for the fortnight. Now I haven't added up how much it's been. So let me just, oops, 1755, 800 plus 600 plus 900 plus 600. So all up, I'd done 5,755 stitches for the fortnight, which isn't too bad. I did have a couple of days there that I didn't stitch because I worked and stuff like that. So yeah, that is what's going on. Now I will show you the projects that I am working on for this fortnight, and that is, let me just, ouch, because I was meant to film on Monday and I didn't, but I only had 5 projects left to stitch on anyway, so it was a bit of a no-brainer what I was going to be working on. So these are the 5 projects that I am working on for this fortnight. You have Moonrise Song, which is the large version, horse portrait, my stamped kit from AliExpress, spirit guides, and a waterhole master. So some of these get 3 days worth of stitching on them because I only have 5 projects to work on this fortnight now, which is very, very handy. Get some of an extra day into some of those full coverages. And now I just remembered I forgot to get my boards, so I will go and get them and I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. Let's see. Board. Oops. What board have we got here? Small full coverages and non-full coverages. So we have Beetlejuice isn't even on there. Legal High is here, and we got 800 stitches into that, which brings us to a total of 10,000. And then a Wolf Duo is here, and we got 900 into it, which brings us to 6,800. All right. So hopefully by next time I stitch on that, I'll reach my goal of 7,500 stitches. Same as the Happy Mood point. Horse portrait is going to be well off, and my poor old stamped project over here is lagging well behind, but that's all right. I actually have found my mojo on that one, because obviously I've already stitched for a couple of days this fortnight, and one of them was the stamped, and I've found my mojo, so I've done a few stitches on that. But this is what I'm loving. Finished. And then of course you've got the other two finishes, which is Beetlejuice and Autumn Lane Stitchery for the year, which I didn't include on the boards. So yeah. Alrighty. Oops. And then we've got the full coverages. Protector. So here. What did we get on it? 1,100. That makes it 8,750. Shaman, 600, which gives me 10,200. That makes it that I have reached my goal on that one, so I got to give myself $10 for that. And then Tiger Lily is another 600. So 8,320. So I've got to give myself at least $20 into my tin. That is for finishing Beetlejuice and for reaching my goal here. But looking at it, I don't know if I am going to reach many more goals on these for the rest of the year. I might have, what have we got, maybe 6 weeks left, so that gives me one full rotation of my whips. I might get, some of them might reach the 10,000. We will see. Yeah, some of them might reach it. Some of them may not, but that's okay, isn't it? And I set those goals at the start of the year when I thought I'd have a lot more time to stitch. But that's, I mean, things happen, and you've got to change your ideas and your goals and stuff like that to fit in with life, because life always comes first. Alright, so I think that's all the stitching stuff that I have got to show you. Is it? Yes. Yes, it is. I don't think I've got no haul or anything this time around. Yes, I do. Oh my god, where did I put it? Hang on, I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. So Judy, who I mentioned before, an Aussie and a Kiwi go travelling, tagged me in something on the Aussie Stitch Unload group, and it was this Native American cross stitch. The lady was only selling this book for $2. And of course I jumped straight onto it. I was like, yep, mine, thank you. It ended up costing me $12 all up. Well, that was with postage, but I mean, even $12 for this book is an absolute steal. And it arrived yesterday, and was it yesterday? Wednesday? No, it might have arrived Tuesday. Anyway, it only arrived this week sometime. And I had a look through it, and there is already some of the patterns in here that I'm like, yes, I've got to stitch them. Like, look at this one. And most of them are actually full coverages, and they don't have any back stitching or not a lot of back stitching that I can see in them. This one, like, look at that one. If these are not right up my alley of stitching, I don't know what is. Now, I could do a flip through of the book as an extra, but I'm not really going to bother because it's not a new book, so it's not like you could probably get it. I haven't actually looked it up, but it is a 1999 print. So, and this is another one. Yeah, so I'm not actually going to do a flip through of it because it's not like you could probably get this book anywhere unless you tracked it down. But yeah, all of these ones are just like my style. Definitely my style. And not a lot of them are huge either. So, like, I'm trying to find where the so this one here on 14 count only works out to be about 13 inches by 12 inches, which isn't huge. So if I'd done it on 18 count, it'd make it even a little bit smaller. So they're not massive designs. Even, look at this one. How amazing is that one? Like, I am going to have to make a list of the colours and all of that that's required for these and put them into my stash, I think. Only thing is they are coloured patterns, which would, I'm not a fan of coloured patterns. But I might be able to easily just take a photo or scan them and get them into either Pattern Keeper or Markup RXP. I think that's about it. A lot of the others are just little motifs and simple things such as this one here, these type of things that have just been made into little pillows or little rugs and stuff like that, just simple things. But it was them big ones that that just attracted my eye. So yeah, definitely there is definitely going to be some in here that I will be adding into my stash eventually. So yeah, that's the only bit of haul that I had. Alrighty, I think that is everything for stash and stuff like that. So yeah, So we've already had a couple of Christmas parties at work. Yay, Christmas parties already. And yeah, work hasn't been too busy so far, which is quite surprising being the time of year it is. But I am expecting in the next 4 weeks between now and Christmas for it to ramp up a little bit. So there may be some days that I can't actually stitch because I've got to work the nights and stuff like that, but that's alright. I will work around that. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Everything to show you and tell you. Yeah, all done. So I know it's that time of year where everyone is talking plans and they're going to put out plans videos and stuff like that. I generally don't do that because my plans don't change. I have found something that works for me, and I usually just stick to it. So the only change next year is that I'm going to have the 21 projects and the focus on a full coverage finish on top of that. So it'll be 22 projects, and I'll just, as I said, Protector will stay out as a permanent and get worked on every fortnight. And then I will still choose 21 projects and work it. Some will get 2 days, some will only get 1 day, all that sort of stuff. But I do have to work out how many projects I need to start to bring myself back up to 21. I think I would still like to keep it at 10 full coverages and like the 11 non-full coverages, small full coverages. So I am going to have to get into my boxes of kits and stuff and work some things out. If I end up can't make a decision on some of the things that I want to work on, I will do a quick video, a quick extra asking you to help me choose which one to work on and take into next year. I'm not joining any sales next year. I've been bitten twice now with a stitch along, and yeah, not for me. No, well, not the full coverages anyway. They always make them sound better than what they actually are, especially your mystery ones. I am really glad that I didn't join the Cross Stitch Studio one this year, because it actually didn't turn out to be the type of pattern that I thought it was going to be with how it was described. And I mean, I know they did show us some examples of the genre, and even the genre, the ones that they showed, the examples they showed us, I loved some of them, which is what was really pulling me towards doing this year's sale. But I'm so glad that I didn't join this year's sale. And I know everyone is talking about the Haid sale for next year. I'm sorry, not one of those charts actually jump out to me and go, yes, you've got to stitch me and you've got to do me in 12 months. No, sorry, not one of them. Even the idea of getting an Amy Stewart exclusive chart. Do you see any Amy Stewart charts in my rotation? No, you don't. So yeah, that's not even a big sort of draw card for me, even though you can see the patterns that they have on offer. Definitely not, no draw card there. Who else is doing one? Cross Stitch for Everyone is doing a 4 seasons. I'll hold out on that because the last 2 cross stitch for everyone sales that I got, yeah, I'm not happy with them. If you watch me regularly, you will know that I UFO'd the Savannah one because I just don't have the interest in stitching on it after picking it back up after 6 months. And the Dreamcatcher one, you know that I got rid of that one a while back because of all the confetti stitches, which was absolutely freaking ridiculous. I mean, you're talking, what did I count on one page? Like 20 or 30 colours that only had 1 or 2 stitches in it. No, sorry, that just totally puts me off. I won't do another one. I will wait until they release the full pictures of them, and then I will consider it. And I will be asking other participants and stuff how much confetti and what haven't you is in them. So yeah, and the Autumn Lane Stitchery one that I done, the little Winter Wonderland one that I done at the start of the year, it was a mystery sale, and I love that one. But who doesn't love Autumn Lane Stitchery's designs? They are amazing. I don't think you could really be disappointed in any of their designs. And it was only small, and it didn't take me long to do. And I love that one. I have been hinting at them to, because that was the winter one, have been hinting at them to design the other 3 seasons and release them as sales, but I know they're both pretty busy at the moment. So. But yeah, if there's small sales like that I'm interested in, I might take them on, but no, not big ones. So it means for plans that I will probably have two new full coverage starts, and then there is going to be at least 4 non-full coverage starts. That gives me 16. How many do I have? Don't know. I don't know how many projects I've got. But yeah, and I am going to have, I don't think I've got it here. I have got a little whiteboard, like it's only a tiny one, that is just going to be for protector. I'm going to have the name of it up there. I'm going to have my percentage that I am up to, or that I start with, and how many stitches I've got left to do. And so what we will do when I update my boards every video, I will change the percentage number, and I will change how many stitches we've got left, just so we can see the percentage creeping towards that 100% and the stitches creeping down to 0. So that's going to be on its own separate board. I'll have those boards, of course, for keeping tally of how many stitches I do on them. I will make a decision on whether I keep the same goal amounts for them or whether I adjust them a little bit. I'll just see how many goals I can get to before the end of the year before I make that decision. And I'm going to have one more board that is a monthly total of my monthly stitch count, and that's just going to be all the months listed, and I'll put the monthly stitch count, and then I'll have the total, like, of course January will be the same number, and then of course I'll put February's in and add it to January's, and we can see that moving up and how much how many stitches I'm getting done in the year, and what month is a better stitch month for me and which one is a crappy stitch month for me. So that's basically my plans. There we go. Don't expect an extra video to discuss those. I will do a see. I was going to say whip parade. 1st of January is on a Thursday, and see, I usually film on a Monday. But if I change to a Thursday, that might work. I'll work that out. I'll do my whip parade anyway, even if because usually in my whip parade I'll show all my whips and all my finishes, and then I will show you the whips that I'm taking into the next year. So you may get 2 videos in that week. You may get my update video and then you'll get the whip parade. Unless I just do my whip parade on the Monday and just go from there. And because it's only, what, 2 days that will be into, like, yeah. I'll figure that out when we get there. Alrighty, guys, I think that is it. I have just rambled on for the last 15 minutes. So I'll leave it as that. My next video should be in a couple of weeks, which will be, what's the date today? 20th. Should have done it on the 17th, so 1, 2, should be the 1st of December is going, it will be my next video. If it's not on the Monday, it'll probably be likely on the Thursday again. So yeah, 1st of December is next time that I will see you. I did do a coffee tea dyeing tutorial, so I will get that sorted and what haven't you, and posted next week sometime for you as well. And I think that's it. Alrighty, guys, I'll leave it as that. I will, until I see you next time, please take care and stay safe and happy stitching. Bye bye for now.